This little video will talk about your syllabus and how to follow it so you know that you can complete everything for class. Now I have a little recaps page on the front of your syllabus. It says the textbook is required, so make sure that you order your textbook. You can get it online cheaper, you can buy it at the bookstore, you can buy it from a friend. Just make sure you get the right textbook because our textbook comes in 3 different versions and you want to make sure you get the one that has all the chapters that you need. Now, how to be successful? Refer to your syllabus so you get the right assignments done. Work through the chapters so you know what publisher will do. Complete the assignments as indicated in the syllabus. You don't get extra credit for doing stuff that isn't assigned. And then you complete the final project. Your assignments are at the end of the chapter, so be sure to follow the schedule in the syllabus so that you get your assignments submitted on time. So the headings indicate the types of assignments that are found at the end of each chapter. The X's represent an assignment that needs to be completed. A pound sign with a number indicates which cases and places assignments needs to be completed. So this is just an example. So for chapter, there's apply your knowledge, extend your knowledge, make it right in the lab, 1, 2, and 3. And this one happens to say case problem 3. And notice that there's a little extra information about it. So submit the assignments on time via email. Make sure to use the proper subject line, so see page 5 of your syllabus. And then there's a final project, which is 20% of your grade, and those instructions are on page 7. So as we look through the syllabus, the first page is pretty much the same as any of the others. I'm not on campus at all except for the very first week of class. So if you need to contact me, you'll do it through email. There's a course description that tells you what we're going to do. Publisher is a really cool program. You create flyers, newsletters, mail merges, brochures, logos, business cards. There's a lot of different things that we can do with Publisher. So if you're looking at creating your own business, Publisher might be very helpful for you. Now, keyboarding and basic computer experience is preferred, but not necessary. There's the learning objectives, and then how do you get graded? Your orientation quizzes using Canvas is 4% of your grade, and for Publisher 2010, we have several chapters, 1 through 7, 9, and 11. Note, we don't do them all, so make sure you follow your syllabus. Is 76% of the grade, and the final hands-on project is 20%. Now, your grading, I grade the assignment packets, may be determined by a random selection. If I end up with 100 people in class, I probably won't grade every single project. So you want to make sure that your assignments are done to the best of your ability, because if I have 100 students, I may decide to grade 3 of them, and your grade for the chapter will be based on that. Now, I do send back comments on your assignments, so I do that through email, so make sure that you look for the email. Your schedule is a separate document that you'll find in Canvas. Grading scale, oh, you know what? A's are gone. We don't do A's anymore. The college canceled that. So sorry. So you need 81% of the grade to get a C. So you need 81% of the grade to get the C. So you have to do the final project since it's 20% of the grade. Here's your book. It's the comprehensive book, Microsoft Publisher 2010 Comprehensive. Make sure you get the comprehensive. When you go look for your book, use this ISBN number. You can copy and paste it right out of the syllabus. If you go out on Amazon or half.com or some other retailer to get your book that way. But make sure you get the right book because it's the comprehensive one that has all of the information in it. Now there's a classroom policies and procedures. The little orientation quiz is part of your syllabus. Now things are due by 11:59 p.m. on the due date. And your due dates are on Wednesdays. So once we get started, every Wednesday something's going to be due. There is a 1 free late assignment pass. So if you end up having some crisis in a week. You can use this one pass, it's only good for one time, to turn in everything that was due that week along with whatever's due the next week. So make sure you use it wisely. Now this calendar, I'm not even really going to look at this calendar. We have a separate calendar with the actual due dates. Now, assignments not received by the due date will not be graded and will receive a 0 unless you use the one free late assignment pass. And in order to use that, you will just send me information that's on the pass that says, I want to use my late assignment pass for Chapter 5. Now, we use email to send assignments because I have to actually look at the files in order to grade them. So we don't use Canvas anymore. We're going to send everything through email because it makes it easier to attach things to email and to communicate. It's a lot harder to manage those files through Canvas. So to email me, attach all of the finished documents to an email to your instructor. So once you've finished a chapter, send everything for that chapter to me. And you can zip the folder if you want to that has all the files on it. There's instructions on page 9 how to zip that, and then you just send the zip folder to me. For the subject line of the email, put your last name, first initial, that it's publisher, and what chapter. So example, Westerberg R, Publisher Chapter 2, so that when the instructor gets it, they know that it's all for Chapter 2. Now the student data files, you will be asked to open up files for your assignments. To get those files, you can bring a USB drive to any of the help sessions that I have the first few days of the quarter. You can open up the inside back cover of your book. It tells you how to download them from the publisher's website, or in Canvas I actually have links to those sites. But you will need those data files. If you're at school, it's easier just to find out when I have a publisher orientation, drop in and bring a USB drive and pick them up and get them copied over. Now for the assignment list, again, it talks about the different chapters, and note if you're a 2013 user, you may need to substitute templates on files. You start from scratch throughout the chapters, and that's okay. So here for Chapter 1, we're going to do Apply Your Knowledge because it has an X. Extend Your Knowledge because it has an X. Make It Right, Lab 1 because they have X's, but we're not going to do 2 and 3 because they're not marked. And we do Cases and Places too. Now note that underneath Applying Your Knowledge, it'll say you do not need to change the publication properties for any files in the entire class. Because occasionally the assignments say, change the publication properties according to your instructor's wishes. My wishes are not to do that. Now, make sure that you look at this list so that you get everything done correctly. So notice that we go down, for 2010, we go down to Chapter 7. We skip Chapter 8. So if you do assignments for Chapter 8, they don't count. So, and I don't grade them either. So make sure that you use this list to get your assignments in. The final project is 20% of your grade. Don't plagiarize. If you don't know what plagiarizing is, there's a nice little link there that you can follow. Read through the instructions here before you start. You're going to do some internet research. How do you know you're secure while on the web, or how do you know your computer's secure? How do you properly use information? How do you evaluate the accuracy of a website? How do you know that website's telling you the truth? Ethical use of computers and information systems. Those are the 3 topics that you're going to look for, and then you're going to create a publisher project out of that. So when you go out to the different websites, make sure you keep the addresses. That's the little bar at the top that says HTTP something. Just go up there, right-click, copy and paste, and put them into your research material so that you can make sure that you give credit to the sites that provide the information for you. Now there's instructions here, but what I do want to tell you is that there is a little grid here. So it tells you what the possible points are for the different tasks that you need to complete. and what the tasks are. This little grading table is really helpful so that you can make sure you get everything done that you need to do. Now, submitting your work, be sure the publisher file is saved in a folder. Make sure only the files in the folder are part of your final, and then you're going to zip it up. And here we actually have information on how to zip. So once you put everything in a folder, if you right-click on that folder, go send to compressed zip folder, it may ask you if you want to use this program all the time. It may not. But once you've clicked on it, it creates a little folder with a zipper on it. Zipping up a folder is so easy. Right-click, send to compressed. Here's the one free late assignment pass. If you need to use that, just send me an email with your name, that it's publisher, and which chapter you want to use it for. You can only use this once, so be careful about using that. And at the very end, it says copy and paste the following paragraphs into an email to me. Now, if there is a section in Canvas that says that you have read this, there's a question, I believe, in Canvas to substitute for pasting this in here. Now, this is your syllabus. I'm going to just go back up to the top again. Make sure you follow the syllabus. If you don't, you're not going to get all the points you need to pass the class. You email your assignments to me, I grade them, I email them back. I may wait until the due date to grade and email, or it may be a few days afterwards, depending again on how many students I have in class. It may take me a while to get everything graded. You can turn in your work early. I do have students that finish their publisher class halfway through the quarter because they know they need to focus on their other classes later. Just make sure that you follow your syllabus, email them to me, put in the correct subject line, attach them as files, send me only the files for the assignments. I send back comments and how you're doing in class and what your status and grade is. So all of our stuff will take place through email. Okay, I hope you enjoy your class. It's really a fun class.